Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another Let's Talk About It at Willard Library. Our goal is to discover, grow, and connect with different organizations within Calhoun County and the Battle Creek area so that we can collaborate and allow people to know that we have a wealth of resources and information right here in Battle Creek. And so today I'm excited to introduce Mary from the Disability Network Southwest Michigan. And today she's going to tell us all about their organization and what you can expect from them. So thank you for coming.
Well, thank you for inviting me. Thank you so much, Stephanie. I'm looking forward to chatting.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So tell us your role and about the organization.
Sure. So I am a community engagement coordinator for the Battle Creek region. So that would be Berry, Branch, and Calhoun counties out of our 8-county region of Southwest Michigan. And so I've been with the agency almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years at the end of this month. And just our agency is in a network. We are one in a network of what's called Centers for Independent Living, which are all across the country. And there are 14 of us in Michigan. We all go by different names, but sometimes you can hear the Disability Network of, and it will tell you where they're at. But we are an agency made up of people with disabilities, our staff and our board. And we we provide all kinds of different services for people with disabilities to help them live the independent life of their choosing.
Wow. So can you define what disability is?
I can. Disability is any kind of, people use the word impairment, impairment or something that affects one or more life activities.
Okay.
So it could be mental or physical. It can be what we call a apparent or visible disability, something that you can see immediately when you see that person, but it also could be what we call a non-apparent disability, meaning seeing somebody and not realizing they have a disability. So I'm a person with a disability, and my disability is non-apparent. And so we serve people of all abilities. And when they come to us, they don't have to provide any kind of documentation or proof that they have a disability. They just have to say, I'm a person with a disability and I need help with X, Y, and Z.
Okay. And when you say help, tell us some of the things that you offer.
Sure. So every Center for Independent Living across the country has the same 5 core services. And our 5 core services, they all look a little bit different depending on where you are in the country, because every area has its own particular needs. But our 5 core services are independent living, information and referral, transition, advocacy, and peer support. And I can go into those a little bit if you'd like. So independent living would just be removing barriers to independent living. I'm a person with a disability and I need connection to food assistance, or I want to figure out how to navigate a certain system like Social Security, or I need connection to mental health supports. So those, anything like that. I used to do a lot of training on the buses here in Battle Creek because transportation is a huge barrier for people. And so we would jump on the bus and we'd learn the routes. So it could be anything that you think is getting in the way of living the independent life of your choice. Information and referral can be like a one and done kind of a thing. You pick up the phone, you've got a question, our information and referral staff are available to answer that question. Sometimes it involves a sit-down meeting where they're helping you with some things, maybe getting like some vital documents like a birth certificate or a driver's license or whatever, helping people through that process. Advocacy is just what it sounds like. We do a lot of systems advocacy at the state level with our local legislators, but we also do one-on-one advocacy, so helping people, learn to advocate for themselves. We also have a great community education team that has phenomenal free of charge webinars that are great. Everything from learning about service animals to making that decision if you're employed about whether or not you disclose your disability, and if so, how do you do that and get an accommodation? If you're an employer, how do you respond to that? So those are the types of webinars that they do that are really, really good. Peer support is simply, we are people with disabilities, so we provide that peer support to the people we serve. And we do have some peer support groups. We've got a brain injury support group, a women's support group, an autism support group, and a chronic pain support group that meet regularly. And transition is just that transition from one part of your life to the next. So most frequently it would be an older person or a person who's been in a nursing facility who wants to live more independently, so we help them with that. So build those supports around them so that they can live in a less restrictive environment. And then also a lot of transitioning our young adults from high school into that next phase of their life.
Okay. So who would be eligible? I mean, other than, defining disability, but is there an age restriction?
There's not necessarily an age restriction. We do say that there are some agencies that are better equipped to do, like, let's say, educational advocacy. So you're having trouble getting your child's needs met in the school. So for those younger kids, there's, like, the ARC of Calhoun County is really good at doing educational advocacy. We do have an advocate too, but we always shoot people their way first. But there really is no age group. Anything from, I work with young people, 14, 15, 16, straight on through. It just, and when you say disability, it is any disability.
Okay, and it doesn't, from what I'm hearing, it doesn't have to be something that you're born with, but it could be something that, just occurred in life. I mean, because we all have things that we have experienced that can cause, a disability, like, depression or mental illness and things like that. So.
And we typically say that disability is something that most likely we're all going to experience at some point in our lives, right? Either as we age or we acquire it some other way, or we're born with it.
Thank you for that. So where are you located? Let's tell our listeners where you're located.
Sure. Our main office is in Kalamazoo.
Okay.
But my office here in Battle Creek is in the Michigan Works building, so 200 West Van Buren, just kitty corner across the street from you. And we do take walk-ins. We have regular office hours. We say from 10 to 3, Monday through Thursday, but I'm pretty much there all the time.
Okay.
We're building our capacity. We're adding another full-time staff out there so we can really meet needs of people. And in that Michigan Works building, it's a great partnership.
Good. I'm really excited to know that this resource is available. And again, my name is Miss Stephanie, and I am the Social Services Information and Youth Librarian. So if you have any other questions as far as wraparound services or how to connect with other resources in the community, you're welcome to contact me at Willard Library. Our number is 269-968-8166, extension 501. And do you have a telephone number that?
I do. It is 269-345-1516, extension 201.
Okay. And so I am really excited. For our first time, we will be collaborating with you with our Self-Advocacy Storytime. And the date and time for that is Tuesday, October 17th and October 24th at 6 o'clock, and we will be live streaming. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're really excited about this. So this is a part of a grant through the Michigan Developmental Disabilities Council that wanted us to specifically reach out to families of children with developmental disabilities, which is basically a disability that's acquired before the age of 22. So a lot of people think of it as a cognitive disability or an intellectual disability, but there's so many more things that really are included in that. But they wanted us to reach those families to kind of flip the script. A lot of times when families have a child with a disability, their immediate thought is, this child's going to be dependent on me for the rest of their lives. And so the entire program is called Paving the Way to Self-Determination. And so we've got a lot of trainings for the parents. Again, free webinars, but then we've got these self-advocacy story times, which are specifically for the kids. And we have some real-life stories of real-life kids with disabilities who are self-advocates. And we read some of these stories, and we talk about how they've advocated for themselves throughout their lives and break that down as to what that means and what that looks like on an everyday basis, and how these young people how the kids can start doing that on their own as well. So we've zoomed into a few schools to give it a good test run. We really love doing it. So we've got a variety of books that we read.
I am so excited that we are working together to make a difference in the community. And thank you again for coming. Again, this is Mary from, I want to make sure I say this right, Disability Network Southwest Michigan. And so if you're just tuning in, go back and listen to all the great things that she just shared with us. And again, we will be collaborating with them with our Self-Advocacy Storytime, which will be Tuesday, October 17th and October 24th at 6 o'clock, and it is a live stream. So thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing what's next.